Hi, Dylan. This is Dr. Vicky. Today is Wednesday. I think it's the 22nd of July. I just wanted to take a few moments and talk to you about your capstone based on your responses to the capstone update survey. Number one is I don't see Yelp as your approved company yet on the Business Intelligence Program's tracking sheet. See here under Dylan Dawson, it doesn't say Yelp in your capstone client. You see a lot of people have theirs. Typically what happens, my cat's trying to help me here, is you have to submit your capstone approval form in month 3 to Professor Ramos so that the rest of us can approve the company for you to use throughout the entire program to develop the information for your capstone project. So I don't see that on there. But I will take care of that because it looks like it would be an okay company for you to do. But that's just one of the things I wanted to point out. Second is, this was an example, just a bright chart here, overview of what a challenge, opportunity, and business intelligence solution looks like using real data. As you can see here, this is stock prices, a trend chart of stock prices. It's data. There's dates down here, closing prices of the stock. You can see when the stock reached a high, a low, where it's at all times. That is data. That is verifiable data to use to support any insight that a company is trying to make. That is data. It's not subjective. It's hardcore. It can't be argued. A timeline is data. Okay? So let's look at what we did with yours. Yelp, the title. Gaining customer trust and increasing net profit. That is a great title. Okay, what that is indicating to me before I go any further is that Yelp's net profit is decreasing, and that somewhere in the data you have reason to believe that it has to do with customer trust. So let's see if that's what you said. What is the sector and industry? Communication services and internet content and information. Let's look. Communication services. Yep, you looked at the profile. Fantastic. Okay, what is the overarching challenge? Again, you were to refer to the BI solution example I put above and supported by data and or research and solvable with a well-defined business intelligence solution. Companies no longer trust Yelp like they used to due to just how anyone can comment whether they have been to that company or not. The challenge is to find a way to get companies to start trusting Yelp more so they can get customers to come back to them. This may be true. It may not be true. Why do I say that? There's no data here. There's no research here. There's no verifiable facts here that says that this is true. And again, you have to support it by data. Right? It has to be supported by data. It cannot be opinion. Business intelligence is a very detailed, fact-oriented industry. If it can't be supported by facts and research, it didn't happen. It's that simple. Okay? Don't tell me it's raining outside. Show me the weather. Show me the forecast. Take me outside and let me get wet. It has to be proven. This is not a challenge that can be supported and solved by BI. Not yet. There's no data. What is the intelligence solution? Implement a QR code or something similar. I don't even have to go any further. That's not business intelligence. That's marketing at this point. Now, how many people respond to a QR code could generate data that you could use, but that's not where you're going with this. So draw a line down the middle. Over here's business management. Over here's business intelligence. You're on the business intelligence side over here. You use data, put it in a system such as Power BI or Tableau or any of the others that you researched a couple of months back. You provide the data, put it through the software, create visualizations to show highlights of trends and directions and predictions of what's going on in the company. You provide that to the business managers over here to make decisions with what to do. Okay? You're trying to ride both sides of this fence. You are not the manager using the data to make decisions. You are the business intelligence analyst putting the data through the analysis, creating the visualizations to show the managers trends so that they can make the decisions, okay? So let's keep that in mind. All of the research you've done up to this point with the tech and the companies and the Gartner quadrant and all of those things, that's all business intelligence. Nowhere on there was it any of this implement a QR code. That's business management or marketing, okay? So one, you did not use any data, and you did not recommend any type of business intelligence solution, okay? So now, let's go back up here. What am I talking about? For data, right now, you're looking at the financial page. Let's get a little bit bigger. For Yelp, their stock right this moment in real time is at $24 a share, okay? So let's look at the charts. See right here where it says charts? Let's go to the charts. This is the stock price going up and down. If you see right here, you can pick any date range you want to. I have it set on a 2-year date range for stocks, okay? And look at what you see. What do you see here? Today, right now, it's at $24. The 2-year low was right here, wasn't it? On March 29th at $17. You can see it up in the left-hand corner. So the 2-year low was $17 on March 29th, and we're still only at $24 on the 19th of July. So there's a problem with the stock prices, aren't they? That's data. That's usable. That's something that needs to be looked into. Why did we take the drop? Well, we probably know right here, February 9th of 2020, we took a nosedive, didn't we? What happened there? That's where you go do some research and find out what happened to Yelp in February that caused the stock to tank from $35 all the way down to its 2-year low. That's data. You can use this data, put the opens and closings or highs or lows or whatever into your Power BI and create visualizations to show the managers what's happening to their stock price over time. So that is data. That can be used. Okay? Now, let's go up here. See where it says financials? Let's click on financials. Right now we're on the income statement, right? Because you mentioned net profit. Let's expand operating. Now, let's look at the years. What you're going to do for your data is you're going to compare year over year, 2017 to 2016. Compare 18 to 17 and 19 to 18. What's happening with the revenue? Well, the revenue is increasing, isn't it? 713, 846, 942, 1,014. Okay, all in thousands, so that's a lot more than 1 million, but it's increasing. At what percentage? What percentages did 17 increase over 16? You'd have to do that math. Let me do that real quick so I can show you what I'm talking about. To do that math, you would take 17's number of 846, 813 minus the 16's number of 713, 069. Okay, that's 133, 744, divided by 16, 713, 069, and then hit the percent key. So 2017 increased 18.75% over 16, and it looks like roughly it's doing that almost every year. Well, if revenue increased 18%, should net income increase 18%? Sure it should, if everything's going according to plan. Did it? Something bad happened here. We had a net loss in 16 and then 152 in 17. Something's wrong there. But look what happened here. Net revenue is increasing, isn't it? You would have to do every one of these percentages so that you could put it in Power BI. And then net income, other than what in the world? This looks like a financial accounting mistake in 16 that they corrected in 17. But look what happened here. 55, and it's dropping. Net income is not increasing with revenue. It should. If your sales are going up, your profits should go up. Well, it's not. So you would need to compare the increase in revenue to the increase or decrease in net income on a visualization to see if they're trending in the same direction. If they're not, that is a data-driven business intelligence challenge. Okay? Now, total operating expenses. If we're increasing 18% here, 17 over 16 in revenue, operating expenses should not increase any more than 18%. It should always be as a percentage of your revenue and trend right along with it, okay? So I'm showing you here how to find data-driven challenges, and you're going to do this in week 4. Let's look at the balance sheet for the company. Assets and liabilities. First of all, current assets, the big thing that we worry about is cash. Cash is king, isn't it? We have to have cash. Assets are up and down and then down. With revenues increasing year over year, your assets should increase, especially your cash, right? If you're having higher sales, should you not be bringing in more cash? Well, look here. Again, something happened 16 to 17. That was great on cash. But then it started dropping all the way back down to lower in 19 than it even was in 16. So you would do a visualization on what's happening with the cash, okay, compared to what's going on with the revenue. Now, stockholders' equity is a big one, because if the stockholders aren't happy with what's going on in the company, they sell off the stock and it drops to where it's at right now. It's low, right? Look at the stockholders' equity. It's all over the place. Retained earnings, though, is what feeds the bucket of stockholders' equity. Now, let me tell you what I mean by that. Retained earnings are what is left from the sales minus all the expenses. Retained earnings are what is left to pay the stockholders. Well, if it's negative, did the stockholders make a profit? They absolutely did not. So the retained earnings are nowhere near matching the increasing trend of the revenues. That is a data-driven challenge. Total stockholders' equity. Look at that. The stockholders who are buying and selling the shares of this company are not happy. So this is just a brief overview to show you what a data-driven challenge is. So the data-driven challenge could be, for example, while revenues increasing 15 to 18% year over year, net income is decreasing, retained earnings are a negative, and therefore total stockholders' equity is decreasing, creating a 2-year low in stock prices. That is a data-driven challenge. What would be a potential business intelligence solution? Using Microsoft Power BI, frontline managers could in real time match trends in revenue to control expenses to keep net income and retained earnings at a certain percentage of revenue. So that would be how that works. I hope that's helpful. Please let me know what you think. This is the level of detail that we need. I'm here for you. Thanks so much.